looking at Monterey, what sticks out from you from their film?
Well, we got to play them early in the season, and it ended up being a 5-point game. But they've got some good players, guys that have been carrying them through a very tough district. They're physical, they're aggressive, they shoot the ball well, so it's going to be a tough matchup.
And then I talked to Coach Reese yesterday and was like, how prepared do you feel like your team is? And he was like, I feel like every district game felt like a playoff game. Do you kind of agree with that?
Oh, yeah, there was such parity in our district that every game was, and only playing so many, every game's really heightened with the outcome. And so we've kind of been in this role as every game meaning something, and now you get in the playoffs, and obviously it's the same thing. But I think our guys were prepared for that, and we just roll with it and keep going and keep the same intensity we've had for the last few weeks.
And then you're on that 3-game winning streak. How much will that help y'all going into playoffs?
I mean, when you get in streak, you get confidence. Confidence can go a long way. It can also, when you're not confident, it takes it the other way. So it's always good to go into the playoffs on a winning streak. That's why I thought it was very important that we got a big win on our last game here, so that we could enter the playoffs like that. Because just when you're feeling good and you're thinking shots are going to go in, it makes you play better.
And at the same time, I'm like, okay, 3-game winning streak, but also you pretty much start off playoffs 0-0. Right. How do you get that point across to your guys?
Well, we talk about every year that the season is broken up into 3s. The preseason, then your district season, and now your playoff season. So we're just going to make sure we keep doing what we've been doing, but understand that it's a new season. Everybody's the same, and on any given night, just like when you watch any college games or NBA games, anybody can beat anybody. On paper may give you records and lineups and stuff like that, but you still got to play the game. And I think this team's ready to go, and I think this team's ready for hopefully a deep run.
And then you talk about the 3 different seasons. Y'all had some injuries, but going back to season 1, preseason, how different is your team now than they were then?
Yeah, well, obviously you're trying to mold what you're going to be good at in the preseason. You're trying to figure out what your rotation is going to be, and then you get that and you start feeling pretty confident about it. And then you start your second season, which is the district season, and we end up in the first 2 games losing 2 starters. And so now you're in an important time of the year, and you're trying to find replacements, whether that's guys to fill the void on starters, or now the guys that are starting, you got to find guys that come in and replace those guys off the bench. And so we spent a lot of time in district getting there, and now we're kind of comfortable with our rotation. Hopefully we get 1 or 2 of these guys back now that the playoffs start, but we're going to roll with what we've got, and our guys are pretty confident right now. And so like I said, it's just going to be exciting.
And the reason I want to talk to King Lloyd is I feel like he's just y'all's tone setter.
Yeah.
How important is it for him to get hot right at the beginning of Tuesday's game?
Yeah, well, with King and with any shooter, if you can see that first couple of shots go in, it just makes you feel comfortable, and it makes maybe the basket look a lot bigger for you. King's a good he's our point guard, but he's a guy that can distribute the ball. But he can also, if you give him room, he can shoot it. And once he gets confident, just like any of our shooters, they can have a night where they can hit a lot of shots, and it makes us pretty tough to guard when we got multiple guys doing that.
And then you've had a couple, first-round exits in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. What do you think it's going to take to get over that hump?
You got to have a little belief. I told the guys today when we were watching film that I really like our matchup. I think we match up well with them. Now, you still got to go out and perform. You still got to do the things that's going to cause you to win games. But I like where we're at. I like the confidence this team has. This team plays really hard defensively, and so that always keeps you in games sometimes when you can get stops. And then if we're hitting shots, then we got a chance to beat a lot of people. So hopefully we can do that on Tuesday.